Hello guys and welcome to the Silent Code Dev. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the position relative. Now, the position relative, it's very simple to understand. It's not a big deal. And I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys how it works. I think that you'll have a much better understanding if I show you. So let's make three divs, okay? Next to each other. And two of them are going to have the class black and one is gonna have the class red. Okay, so div elements, they're gonna be width 100 pixels wide and height 100 pixels like this. So we're gonna say black is gonna have background color of black, and also we want them next to each other, display in line, flex maybe. All right, let me just fix that later. So we're gonna do red, background color red again. So let me see. I'm just gonna add, I have the bodies. I'm gonna do body like that. Okay, now position relative it means that when you apply position relative to an element, it's gonna move. It's still gonna have the position here, but the actual element is going to move relative to its position. So that's what position relative means. So for example, this red element here, the red div here, okay, we're gonna go inside red and we're gonna do position relative. So when I put position relative, you guys can see that nothing really happens, and that's because you need to declare a property and value, right? So for example, we want to move it top 200 pixels away from top. Maybe that's too much. Let's do 20 pixels like that, and from the left side we want to do 20 pixels. So as you guys can see, the other elements, the black element div elements here, they're not gonna get affected. They're not gonna move or anything. Nothing's gonna happen because as you guys can see, the space of the red div is still there, right? So it's as if it didn't move, right? The other elements don't know what's going on, right? It still has its position. The only thing is that the element just moves relative to its position, right? So the position is still here, but since you put position relative, it's gonna move, as you guys saw, top 20 pixels down and 20 pixels left. It's gonna move relative to its position. So that's all there is to know about position relative. And you would want to use position relative like when you want to, sometimes you have a minor thing, like you want to do minor adjustments to your website. You can also use the z index, for example, -1 if you want behind, or if you just want one, you can just like that, right? So just want to push something a little bit out of its normal flow, because you're not really moving it, you just it's just a little bit. And you also want to use it to a parent element. You want to apply position relative so you can move the child element. Okay, you can use position absolute on the child element and position relative to the parent element. So the position absolute child element is going to move relative to its parent container, that is position relative, right? So if you haven't already watched my position absolute video, you can do so. There's probably going to be something on the screen. So that's pretty much it, guys. It's not really complicated. Like I said, if you guys play around with it, right, just like I do in the videos, just play around. Don't be afraid to use inspect element and hover. As you guys can see, the square is still here, so don't be afraid to play around, because this is how you learn, and you're gonna remember things like this easier when you actually code yourself and play around with it. So that's it. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and good luck. Bye.